Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. As I have promised, I am trying to make many more videos than I did in the past because I have a lot to catch up on. Now, on this program, I want to talk about some of the warnings being given to Barack Obama that his life may well be in danger. And the most recent of these is a painting which went on display this week at the Bunker Hill Community College near Boston, which shows Barack Obama in a crucified position, much like Jesus Christ. Now, of course, many Christians have objected to this as blasphemy. People like Bill Donahue and Glenn Beck, and of course, they are right. This is a mockery of Jesus Christ. But I am also very much afraid that this has very serious implications for Barack Obama. I believe this is a message from the New World Order to our president. Either you do what we say, or you will be martyred. In fact, I am very much surprised that the Secret Service has allowed this painting to be hung. Now let's take a closer look at this, because I think you will see that there are an awful lot of demonic images included in this painting. Now, the crown of thorns on Barack Obama's head marks this unmistakably as a mockery of the crucifixion. Now, some people say that the artist is trying to show that Obama is the Antichrist, or that he is actually divine, that he is like Jesus Christ. But let's look at some of the demonic imagery in this painting. For example, the letters spell out seal of the President of the United States. And what's interesting is the letters which are covered up. S-E-P-R-I-T-N-E-S. Now, except for one letter, that spells sprites. And of course, sprites are demons. Now let's look at the numbers of these stars. On here we have 4 stars showing. Over here we have 7 stars showing. 4 and 7 are the 2 most important numbers in end times Bible prophecy. For example, the book of Revelation is built around a numbering structure of 4 and 7. And of course back here we have 18 stars, which indicate the Antichrist, or in other words, 6 plus 6 plus 6. And over here we have an interesting eagle's wing. Maybe we can take a closer look at this. This eagle's wing shows 2 larger feathers and 3 smaller feathers. The 2 over the 3. And as you, my regular subscribers, know, 2 is a symbol for man, 3 is a symbol for God. And when you put man over God, you get the fraction 2/3, which of course equals the decimal 666. Now, as I said, I am really amazed that the Secret Service would allow a painting like that of Barack Obama to be on public display. It is very, very dangerous to show our president crucified like that. I hope they remove that painting as soon as possible. However, that is not the first time very strange things have been put out for us by the New World Order and their minions in the artistic world. For example, and I have spoken about this painting before, and this is the sacrificed leopard at the Denver airport. And I want to review this for just a few minutes, because this is going to lead into another painting at the DIA, which a YouTube subscriber recently told me contains some hidden images of Barack Obama. So let's take another quick look first at this sacrificed leopard. Now, in this famous mural at the Denver International Airport, we see down here the birth of the Antichrist. And at the same time, we see this sacrificed leopard. Now, it was my analysis of this painting that got me in trouble with Anderson Cooper and Stephen Colbert, because I pointed out the sexual imagery on this side of the painting. Over here there is a map of Russia. And these children are overseeing the sacrifice of the leopard, which symbolizes Barack Obama and the United States. Now, I'm not sure how much the artist of that painting, Tang Guma, knew what he was doing. The sacrificed leopard, or jaguar in this case, does symbolize Barack Obama because Obama is the leopard in Daniel chapter number 7. But this painting was made before Obama was elected, even as state senator. Of course, I believe he was groomed long before then by the New World Order. And perhaps they were the ones who told Tang Guma to include a sacrificed leopard in his painting. In any event, it is certainly a very scary image to have in an airport. And now let's look at another amazing painting from the DIA, and that's the painting of the guillotine. Now, these artists at the DIA are very sneaky. I don't think this artist would admit that this is a guillotine blade, and yet that is exactly what it is. He would probably try to tell you this is the sun shining behind this Indian teepee. I know better. This is how the New World Order plans to get rid of excess population. But a YouTuber recently pointed out to me that in this tree there is an image of Barack Obama. Let's take a look at this amazing hidden image. Now, the face in this tree is definitely that of Barack Obama. Here is his forehead, here are his two eyes, here is his rather large mouth, and then it's interesting that above the forehead we see two tiny horns. I don't know if the artist is saying that Barack Obama is the Antichrist or not. Over here we see what looks like two branches, but they are in fact letters. They are not branches, and the letters are S and L. And I believe they stand for sacrificed leopard. And so, Mr. Obama, I want you to know I am praying for your safety, and I am urging all my subscribers to do the same. This painting at Bunker Hill of you being crucified is horrible. And if I were you, I would instruct the Secret Service to remove it. It is very, very dangerous. That painting is not just blasphemy, it is blackmail. And now, as always, I offer a free copy of my book, Revelation Unraveled, for any of you who may be interested. Simply write to the address you see on your screen, or just send me a message to my YouTube channel.